are welcome, and you can just see the exhibition and the full area of the mandir, how it is construction and everything is going on. Continue.
Okay, when this is expected to complete, ma'am?
By 2023 end.
2023 end.
Yeah. We have a huge project.
Okay.
We have an exhibition and everything. Everything they will explain you inside.
Okay.
We have a huge project. You can.
So what kind of sannidhis you will be having? Which idols you will have?
We will have all idols.
Okay.
All idols.
So specifically anything? Krishna?
We will have Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayan, means Tirupati Balaji, Padmavati Devi, our Swaminarayan Bhagwan, all idols we will have. It will be a Hindu Sanatan temple.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Welcome, welcome.
Hello. Good morning, ma'am. I'm just recording. It's okay?
Okay, fine, not an issue. Please come. You came here for the first time, right?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah. Here is the exhibition
Okay.
for Mandir. And once you see this exhibition, you can do here brick pujan.
Okay.
And then you yourself can go and put the brick
Okay.
on the Mandir site. This is the Mandir site.
Okay, ma'am.
Please come.
So this is exhibition hall.
Yeah.
This will be a permanent exhibition hall after once the construction is finished.
Then they will, expand it, no? Right
Okay.
now, this is the, carved
Means
pillars.
stupa. This is what you call
This is stamba.
stamba.
Stamba. This is called stamba.
Okay.
This is such, many pillars, stumps are going to come in Mandir, main
One of
shrine.
the sample. This one.
Yeah, this is just one of the sample.
Okay.
It takes 600 hours to make one stump. And it is the pieces of many stones that are fixed like a jigsaw puzzle.
Okay.
So just started. You can.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I think so. We should maintain distances so that because there are cameras, and please make sure you are having your mask on your face all time. Let us understand, what exactly we are doing out here. Okay, now, while you came this morning out here, you first had to take a sankalpa to come, isn't it? Without which nothing happens as such. You first decide to come, and then first you plan accordingly, and you are able to come here. Now, when you are having a temple, when you are trying to construct a temple, obviously a bigger sankalpa is required as such. So how did this sankalpa happen is what we are trying to understand as such. Now, I'll just take care of this thing. In 1997, we had Sri Pramukh Swami Maharaj come to UAE, and people had taken him to the Sharjah desert just to show him the peculiarity of this region. Desert is the peculiarity of this region. And where we had prayer sessions and everything, where after the prayer in 1997, after the prayer, he said that the mandir in Abu Dhabi is done. Now people were surprised and said that Pramukh Swami Maharaj, we are in Sharjah and not in Abu Dhabi. But he repeated, saying the mandir in Abu Dhabi is done. Now, in that time, it was very difficult to even believe that there would be mandir in Abu Dhabi as such, To the extent that even in 2013, when we applied for a land, we thought we will apply for a land in Dubai. Because that's the natural progression where we would apply for as such, So once we applied, we almost got a land in 2015. The land that we got was around 2.5 acres. Okay. Now we were planning on doing the temple in that 2.5, because it's a gift, so we cannot say no to it as such. So we were planning. Meanwhile, His Highness was visiting, Sheikh Narayan was visiting the London temple, BAPS temple, which is very magnificent. So he said that we want the same temple to be replicated in Abu Dhabi. Well, then, Brahmiyari Swami said that, okay, that is only 2.5 acres, so we cannot exactly replicate. So he said that no issue, we will rework the entire proposal and give us some time. So within a month's time, they came, and this was in 2018. They gave us this particular land, which was 13 acres of land. Now when we presented, we started working on the designs and all, and we presented multiple options. There were two options presented. One is a typical, Shikharbad Mandir, the way we have, and one is a Mandir in a box, where from outside it is a structure, inside it has full facility of a temple, you see. So they said that no, we want exactly a proper temple out here. We don't want a temple in a box scenario. And it should be visible from, it should be so high that it should be visible from the main road as such, So that was their vision as such, So we designed that temple, and when we presented, they said, okay, where is the parking? So we said that it's only 13 acres, so we have designed the parking below the temple, which they said, no, that's not allowed. We would give you additional land to do the parking as such, So they gave us an additional of 13 acres as such, And so overall we have around 27 acres at this moment. Okay. Now this is the main entrance where we are standing, and this is how it's we are going to progress towards the temple as such. The temple is in the center, and the parking would be on the other side. Now, if you see this, in 2018, it was formalized that the land would be given, and the entire plan was formalized when Sri Narendra Modi had come out here and inaugurated the entire temple. So, in 2019, we had the foundation ceremony, where if you see, 3 ministers from the government are laying the stone. Now this is the type of support we have got as such, the support in giving us land, giving us additional land, and then giving additional parking as such, So that is the type of support that we have received from them as such, Now, so it is now our responsibility to develop this entire temple as such, So while the parking and everything is from their support, the temple is our responsibility, so that we come up with the right temple. Now when we talk about the temple, we have various harmonies that we have considered. One is the cosmic harmony, which is natural with the traditional architecture of a temple, where we go in a temple and we are able to connect to our upper soul as such, to the supreme soul as such. So that is inbuilt in the concept of temple architecture that we follow. To the extent, if this entire temple is made in such a way that there is no steel reinforcement used as pillars or columns or anything. It is purely an interlocking system where the stones are interlocked within each other, and it will stay for thousands of years. Now, if you are civil engineers, to pass a design in UAE, you need to generate that entire design into a software which tests its stability, isn't it? And once it tests its stability, and then only the approval comes as such. Just imagine, this does not follow any current dated construction pattern. There's no column, there's no reinforcement, nothing. So it was a challenge to put the entire concept into these new softwares as such, But it was done with the help of various architects and all, and it proved to be good to last for more than 1,000 years. You see, so you can see our ancient science can be proved to be, sustainable as such, So that is our cosmic harmony, design harmony. We have tried to create, in most of the Indian temples, if you would have seen, you can see elephants depicting at the outside, so that it shows that that the entire weight of the temple is carried by the. Here we are trying to depict not only elephants but also camels, horses, which is the regional harmony as such. So we are trying to harmonize the Indian as well as the Middle Eastern culture in it as such. Value-based harmony. We all follow, pray to various different deities, but our value systems are same as such. So here the temple is such that everybody would be able to follow their own religious practices and can fulfill their requirements as well. So that is the harmony that we are talking. We have, the entire design of you would have seen out there, the video, where we are going to have an entire temple made out of pink stone, and the interiors of the temple would be in Italian marble. So why pink stone? Because it comes from Rajasthan, and the climatic condition in Rajasthan and this place is almost the same. So it will sustain, the temple will sustain quite easily out here. And the interiors would still be in white marble, which is coming from Italy, because it's of the purest form of white it is, and which helps you cool the entire interiors as such. So that's why we are using it that way as such. Now coming to BAPS, what we have is, it's an organization where we have more than 150 volunteers out here. Like I am a volunteer, dedicating. We are regular. I'm working with a company in odd days, and then on the weekend we are out here offering our sevas for this entire cause as such. Now, what we as a BAPS as an organization has more than 1,000 temples world over as such. Like we have Akshardham in Delhi, in Gandhinagar, also an Akshardham coming up in New Jersey, USA as such. And we have temples in USA everywhere as such. So we will have a similar type of temple out here with all the traditional architectural science that we have in our culture followed out here. Apart from the temple, the organization involves itself in various social activities. Like when we had COVID, we had almost 12 million meals being distributed in the region as such. Hot meals, we had given rations. Now, of course, all these activities are possible when people believe in us and they donate, and we are able to then use our organizational skill and distribute it as such, which an individual possibly may not be able to do as such. So that is how we like activities like we have Ankut out here, which we had organized in 2019, where we had offered almost 1,000 cooked food to the Lord as such. Now this is something which kids like us, which we have, they will not understand why this is happening, you see. So we had one kid who was in the row looking at the entire uncooked, and he said, what a waste of food. It is just kept out here. What a waste as such, So that means he has not understood the entire process as such, Because see, we have learned our values not only from our parents, but by getting involved in so many activities that we have, and it has become our muscle memory. Simple thing, when even tilak, we will take this finger and do it as such. So that's our muscle memory. We don't have to remember all these things. But that is not the case with them as such, because they have not got in touch with all those things. It's only us and nobody, wherein we got it through our grandparents, relatives, the place we stay, the temple we go, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of ways in which we learn all these things. So it is so obvious that the kid may understand it in one single layer only, but there are layers to layers in everything that we do. So we took the kid backstage, showing that, see how the people are unpacking the food which was cooked by all the volunteers offering to the Lord, repacking it and sending it to all the blue-collared workers around the temple location as such, So all the accommodations that are available out there. So that is an understanding that we want them to have. So a temple where they just don't come and pray and move as such, So we require their involvement. So what we have done, if you see, the temple has, from the entrance, you will have Ganga, Yamuna and our invisible Saraswati going through the entire length of the temple. And on the Ganga side, you will see a step that depicts the Varanasi Ghat as such, where you will be able to sit and reflect on yourself. Now, below that entire structure, you have a complete sports facility where kids would be able to involve themselves. While you are involved in some activities which is maybe organizing, maybe a saint coming from your sect and giving pravachan and so on. So they are also involved in something. Like if you see the entire image, you will see as you enter in, we have an exhibition center and a library. Then we have a food court where you have sattvic food. Then we have 2 halls, each of the capacity of around 2,500 people, which can be further divided into another 250 capacity, so it can be further divided with 250 capacity, and each of you all can have all your activities without any additional approval as such, So all these facilities are possible out here, where you are able to spend your entire day. You understand? Coming so far, you should be able to, and you should spend more time and should be able to take back values. At this moment, we have no reference to explain why we do all these things to our kids. Here, we would be able to do all this. So that is the benefit which we see in this. And they get involved and they imbibe all those values. So that is what we have, and especially the type of support that we have got. It is really encouraging. So now it is totally on us to develop this temple, and that's what we are encouraging people to come to the site, do the bricklaying, and also participate in donating something for the temple, and also spreading word about the entire temple that is happening among your friends and families. So that's what our entire mission is, and we hope you support and you spread the word. And we all are looking forward for the temple. The temple would be possibly ready in first phase by 2023, and which will be completed by 24-25 as such. The entire structure will be complete, but the central temple would be ready by 2023. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, and you can go ahead and do the brick ceremony. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much.
இப்போ இங்கே எல்லாம் பார்த்துருக்கேன். அங்கே வந்து எக்ஸிபிஷன்ஸ் பற்றி எதாவது சொல்லியிருக்கா, இந்த கோவில் எப்படி டெவலப் ஆகுது, எப்படி கட்டுறாங்க, எல்லாத்தையும் பற்றி அவங்க சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க, கேட்டிருப்பீங்க. டீட்டெயில்ஸ் எக்ஸ்ப்ளனேஷன் ஆல்சோ இங்கே கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க, கேட்டிருப்பீங்க. இப்போ நெக்ஸ்ட் வந்து அங்கே கோவில் கட்டுறதுக்கு செங்கல் கொடுப்பாங்க. அந்த செங்கல் வந்து பூஜை பண்ணி கொடுப்பாங்க. அதை மேலே அந்த கோவில் கிட்ட போயிட்டு அந்த செங்கலை வச்சுட்டு பிரார்த்தனை பண்ணிட்டு வாங்க. ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ.
தேங்க்ஸ் சார். இப்போ நம்ம திருப்பி வந்த வழியில் தான் வந்துட்டுருக்குறோம். இங்கேருந்து இந்த கோவிலுக்கு செங்கல் வைக்கிறதுக்காக, நம்ம கையால் ஒரு செங்கல் வைக்கிறதுக்காக அது ஒரு இடம் டைரக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இப்போ அங்கே போகிறோம். பேக் வச்சு அனுப்புகிறாங்க. You are one of the volunteers?
Yeah. This rice, you will put it on the brick, they will tell you when. Give me your hand. Okay, you will put it on the brick.
Say okay.
Hold it nicely.
Pele vech kailu. Mama mudi vechika, mudi kailu vechika.
Yeah. Just do little. Smaller, ekdam nanu karo.
എല്ലാവർക്കും വണക്കം നമസ്കാരം സാർ ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ രണ്ട് പൂജ ചെയ്തിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ സെങ്കൽ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ അത് അകത്ത് പോയിട്ട് செங்கல் வைக்கிறேன் நாங்கள் கோவில் கட்டுற இடத்துல செங்கல் வைப்பாங்க அங்கே போயிட்டு செங்கல் வச்சுட்டு பூஜை பண்ணிப்பாங்க உங்களுக்கு இது ஃபார்மாலிட்டிஸ்
मंगलम। यूए की राजधानी अबू धाबी में इस BAPS हिंदू मंदिर के परिसर में आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है। आज के इस ऐतिहासिक दिन में हम निर्माणाधीन इस मंदिर की प्रथम शिला का पूजन एवं स्थापन करेंगे। आइए सर्वप्रथम दोनों हाथ जोड़कर मंगलाचरण करें। वंदे श्री पुरुषोत्तमं च परमं धामाक्षरं ज्ञानदं वन्दे प्रागजिभक्तमेव मनगम् ब्रह्मस्वरूपं मुदा वन्दे यज्ञपुरुषदासचरणं श्रीयोगिराजं तथा वन्दे श्रीप्रमुखं महन्तगुणिनं मोक्षाय भक्त्या सदा। शिला स्थापन पूजन विधि। अब हमें जो शिला दी गई है उस पर हमें दिए गए अक्षत चढ़ाकर पूजन करेंगे। सर्वान्तर्यामिनं वन्दे सर्वकारणकारणं स्वामिनारायणं दिव्यम् अक्षरपुरुषोत्तमं सर्वावतारिणं वन्दे दयालुं शान्तिदायकं वन्दे मोक्षकरं नित्यम् अक्षरपुरुषोत्तमं ब्रह्माक्षरं गुरुं वन्दे सहजानन्दधारिणम् अक्षतैर्विविधैः पुष्पैः वन्देऽहं भक्तिभावतः। ॐ सर्वत्र सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
இப்போ நம்ம பூஜை முடிஞ்சிருச்சு. நம்ம இந்த கோவிலில் வந்துட்டு நம்ம புண்ணியம் பண்ண மாதிரி பிகாஸ் நம்ம இந்த கோவில் கட்டுறதுக்கு செங்கல் வைக்கிறோம். ஸோ அது நமக்கு சந்தோஷம் புண்ணியம். ரெண்டாவது இங்கேருந்து போகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஹெல்மெட் கொடுப்பாங்க. சேஃப்டி ரீசன் ஹெல்மெட் கொடுப்பாங்க. அது ஹெல்மெட்டை போட்டுட்டு மேலே போயிட்டு அந்த பிரிக்ஸை வச்சுட்டு திரும்ப ரிட்டர்ன் வந்து உங்களால் முடிஞ்சு காணிக்க முடியும். இந்த டொனேஷன்ஸ் எல்லாருக்கும் தேங்க்ஸ்.
then on the border there is a they just all go like this for the marble, and then the second layer, and the third layer for the supporting. Each stone has to be supported with it. Okay. That bricks will be separate. So this bricks will not hide the roof. It is only in the back side. Outside you will do this. Okay, inside.
Subscribe, come on our channel, and put the bell button. Thank you.